you know, I've had this question on my mind for some time now. Why do so many miniature painters forget about this part of the mini? I'm talking about the base. So many people have in their minds that it's too difficult, too time-consuming, not necessary. And I get it, for some they just want to have their minis on the table, but you can have a mini on the table with a good-looking base because it does tell a story. It does give context, and it does give your mini a better overall vibe. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying. So I just want to take you along on this video on a base that I've created recently that I'm very proud of. And I think this could inspire you to do something similar because it's not that difficult, and it's actually really cool to see your mini in a certain environment. Maybe jungle, maybe a rocky environment, maybe a desert. It really is the finishing touch of your mini. It's the cherry on the pie. My name is Sam, you're watching Fatalquest. This is a place where I share all my geeky adventures with miniature painting. And without further ado, let's get started. So I'm actually very excited to make this video because 2026 is a year where I was already anticipating on creating bases. Spent a lot of time at the end of 2025 gathering all sorts of materials like cork, XPS foam, glues, effects from Vallejo, milliput, just a lot of things. I also created a lot of bases already because I just want to do. I want to think less, I want to do. Some bases turned out very well, some didn't, some I've used, some I haven't. But in the end, it really did give me this extra dopamine hit because honestly, seeing your mini with a custom-made base, ooh, it is satisfying. It is satisfying. So let's just talk about the base that I've created for this mini. This mini is, by the way, not done because some other mini actually came along the way, which is Angron from 40K. I love this model, but for this video, it doesn't actually matter because it's really about the base. The mini is almost done, so I have a rough idea of where I wanted to go with this base. So how did I start? Like, what did I do? Like, because I still think that you might think, well, that's way too difficult or it takes way too much time, and it actually doesn't. Because in the beginning, I simply cut XPS foam, also known as isolation foam. That's the first material that I used into rocks. When I had the desired outcome of the rocks, I simply glued them on top of the base. Like, nothing fancy, we're just cutting XPS foam into rocks and we glue it on top of the base. And the funny thing is, a rock is something natural. You can go crazy on that because you can't really make any mistakes. Once we had that base, it is time to go up to the next step, which is the sculpting. And sculpting is very fun. At least in my opinion, I think it's very fun. And I used milliput for this. There are a lot of different alternatives, but milliput is definitely the cheapest. What is it good for? It is very good for refining your environment. You can close gaps, you can shape maybe some extra rocks if you want to. Just overall, very nice stuff. So that's what I did. I started to apply it on the base. I used these tools that I also purchased on Amazon to close all the gaps, to make it smooth, to make it nice, to eventually end up with a good looking base already. From this point, we can already see where we're heading. We have a very clear idea of what this is going to be like from this point because you already see the rocks, it's already refined. The only thing we now have to do is add some PVA glue. This has, by the way, been an experiment for me. I haven't done this ever, but I saw somebody else do this online and he's doing this to harden the base. So I used 2 layers of PVA glue. I let it dry for roughly 24 hours and that worked fine. I also used these resin bits. I used some plants, some vegetation to give some extra vibe. There's not really a reason behind it. From here on, we have actually done all the do-it-yourself work. We've done all the crafting. From this point on, we can just paint it. And that's what I think is so funny. This doesn't take as much time as you think it does. I think this has cost me like roughly 1.5 hours to 2 hours. If you don't think it's worthwhile, that's by the way fine. I'm not saying it's not, but if you want to explore the possibilities and if you want to like go beyond your horizon and what's known to you, then what is 2 hours? So let's now just talk a little bit about the painting itself. For this, I decided to go for the colors blue. I simply, once again, made a picture of it beforehand, so I had a rough idea of where the highlights had to go, so I don't have to guess. And I just started to paint. Like, it's simple. I applied the dark tones, the mid-tones, and the highlights. I also added these skulls. I glued these on top of it, and I also painted these, obviously. And once I had that, I could finish up with the last thing, which is some grass tufts, because grass tufts are fucking amazing. Grass tufts give so much more vibe to the base. Like, honestly, like, oh, I love it. Not every base, I gotta be honest with it, not every base needs tufts. Adding them really does give the extra vibe, I gotta admit. So we now have the base, we have it painted, we have the grass tufts on it. That was just one last detail that I had to do, which was create a little bit more contrast via a glazing method. I just wanted to make the recesses a little bit more dark compared to the highlights, but that is it. Like honestly, there's nothing more to it than everything I just told you. And don't look at the dragon that is unfinished, just look at the overall vibe. This Drake will get finished. It looks very fantastic in my opinion. And I just want to inspire you. Do something crazy yourself. Get some materials. The best materials you can definitely get are cork, XPS foam, milliput, glues like PVA glue and super glue, and some mud like from Vallejo or maybe Games Workshop. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's nothing more to it. And if you think this video was cool, then don't worry because I got another video that I recorded about me receiving some very awesome models from my first sponsor. I received very insane miniatures. I already painted a few of them in the present moment. You can see them on my Instagram as well, but definitely check that video out because I was definitely surprised about what I received. So thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next video.